Welcome back, guys, to more TerraTech. We are in the Salt Flats. I'm bringing in another shipment of ore. And look at what a wasteland of dead bodies this place has turned into. Wow. There's another guy spawned in right there. I can't go 2 steps without people spawning into this area. But I have to say, though, I have never once been invaded directly on my base. Guys have not spawned directly on my base. They have always spawned from at least a little bit of a distance. So that's pretty good. That is a very welcome change. It makes living out here worth it. I don't mind repelling invaders as long as they don't drop directly on my base out of nowhere. But there is just all kinds of items here. I'm really waiting for that. I don't know what they're going to call it, but there's an item they've been working on that will pick up parts like this. Similar to how the tractor pads pick up the ores. Let's dump these in the resource little collection area. I refined the design slightly, so instead of, we tried the idea of having it be a series of loops. Now it is, after they get through these refineries, it's one big snake direction thing. So it goes around kind of like this and snakes around to these refineries. Let me switch to my other guy. So I've unlocked a few parts, obviously. Last time we did not have these big Geocorp wheels. I found some kind of mining vehicle that had these. And also the big drills on the front. So the only thing I'm missing to make like the ultimate mining vehicle basically is the Geocorp tractor pad, which is a 3x3 and holds a whole bunch of stuff. Once we get that, I'll remake my mining vehicle from scratch. The other thing we really want is, well, one of 2 things, which I would really love to get today, because I want to make some defenses and I want to make my ultimate bombarding tech. We either need a GSO grade 5 fabricator. If we find one of those, we can craft it. But if we don't find that, I would like to find, oh, I would also like that, a 5 block. But I would like the megaton cannon. Bam! It's not the only weapon I would like to use, but it's sort of the main weapon. It does so much damage. It's good for just running up and blowing things up. The gameplay is still fairly simple in terms of combat. I think there are a number of changes and improvements they could definitely add. So here's some suggestions. The main suggestion is I would look at the combat in... there's a red dot behind me. He's over there. Okay, we'll go hit one then the other. I would look at the combat in EVE Online. There's some mechanics in play in the ship-to-ship combat in EVE Online that oh, that guy's fast as crap. Okay, I do want to make a fast guy for dealing with guys like this. But this is actually a good example. So this guy's super fast, and I'm big and slow. I do a ton of damage. Oh, he's going to go over to my base now. Dang it. Don't do that, guy. I want to make some defenses to my base today so that this won't be a problem. You can see how, as I try to attack him, he sort of gets farther away, and I'm sort of hurting him towards my base, even though I don't want to do that. He's only got one weapon. Okay, he doesn't have many weapons left. So he's going super fast, and I have no means of slowing him down. So I would like, in addition to the 2 basic weapon types, there's a lobbing ballistic type weapon, which is these cannons or the other bullet shooting weapons. Or there's a laser beam weapon which shoots straight, in a straight line, does less damage, but a little more accurate, I guess. So I would like to see some other mechanics in play. First off, I would like to see missile launchers that would home in on enemies. Maybe you would click on the tech, like click on that thing, that little pop-up, and then you could lock on and have some lock-on missiles. And maybe to counteract that, there would be some kind of jamming mechanic where you could jam the lock-on. It would just add new dimensions to the combat, which I think would really suit it. I'm looking through that gap there to see what my battery level's at. Okay, we got blocks underneath. Look at all these, these blocks. They're everywhere. Okay, let's go kill this guy. Another thing that I think I would take from EVE Online is the concept of tackling. Some spaceships in EVE Online are specifically geared towards tackling. What they'll do is they'll fly up really close to another vehicle, and they'll do something called tackling, which basically means you can't warp away. You're basically crippled. I'm trying to get a look at this guy before we fight him. He's got super batteries. Ooh, okay, new item. And let's see, what else is that? A telescope wouldn't be bad, now that I'm thinking about it, so we could look before we approach. And also a map item to put on your vehicle, similar to radar, but upgraded to where you would hit the M key, and you would see an overview map of all the things you had explored, which you would have to have that on a tech to be able to use, otherwise it wouldn't be available. But the tackling in EVE Online is a vehicle... Oh, he's still running. I grabbed it, though. I unlocked it. Oh, there you go. Okay, these are hover pads. I think you already have these. Tacklers run up real close to guys, and they'll tackle you so you can't get away and fly around you in short little circles, basically. They'll orbit you very closely. Okay, I don't know how much these sell for. Let's go ahead and let's do this. Tacklers either operate by themselves sometimes, where they'll have short weapons that are good at short ranges, or they'll operate in a group where their sole function is to slow people down. And you can sort of counteract that technology with anti-tackling an item. I forget what it's called. I haven't played EVE Online in a while, so I sort of forget that some of the names of the items. I just remember some of the mechanics, basically. So, for instance, if the tackler had 2 tackling items, and you've got 3 anti-tackling items, he can no longer tackle you, because you've counteracted his tackling technology, right? So if he's got 3 tackling items, and you've got 2 anti-tackling items, he can tackle you, because he's got more power in it, basically. I'm simplifying things, but that's the general gist. There are also some guys operate as snipers, where they'll stay very far away, and they'll hit you from weapons that only are good at very long ranges. And so there's a dynamic between the snipers and the tacklers. The tacklers want to get in close to where they can tackle you. They can only do that within a certain range, and then they can get in close, do the tight orbit, and blast you down. And the snipers want to stay far away. If they can keep you a distance, then the tacklers can never be effective. So there's other mechanics too. That's just a few examples that I guess I left these things. Oh, I don't care about that. Just a few examples of some ideas that might really improve the dynamics and the complexity of the combat systems. Maybe not all of them would be applicable to TerraTech. They might not all translate. Translate is the word I'm looking for. But I think some of them might. It might be a good idea to look into that. Okay, so got some stuff. I got 101 big bucks. We've got bigger batteries. These are experimental items. So I'm not sure exactly how much they weigh. I'm going to stay away from the chargers because they're noisy. But basically, okay, what I want to do today, I want to work on some... Let me back up away from the noise. I want to work on some defenses, and I also want to unlock the megaton cannon to use for our defenses. I'm going to do some looking around, see if I can't either find that or a grade 5 fabricator. Oh yeah, look at this ore haul I'm bringing in right now, and importantly, I found a ton of plumbite, which is used in all the alloys. I'm going to make a ton of money on this. Look at all of it go. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. I was basking, oh stupid thing. I was basking in the glow of my magnificent mining achievement. And look who's slithering on by. Dude, oh, more batteries. I'll take the batteries. What else you got? Oh. Okay, you wanted to add, oh my goodness. You wanted to add to the graveyard. Thank you very much, large battery. We'll use that to recharge all my vehicles. How are we doing? Pretty good. Okay, so that guy died really easily. I'm going to gather up some of the things he dropped, like these big batteries, which will fuel my recharging day and night. Look at those things. They're huge. And look at that. Yes. Power. So, passage of time, passage of time. I've killed a whole bunch of techs. I've explored a lot in my plane looking for drops. I've done a lot of mining. I've gotten up to 200,000. And I lost this tech to a random stray explosion. Had to buy him again for 50,000 and got back up. So I still have not found that megaton cannon. in the world anywhere on a tech or on the little pedestal things, but did unlock this, or I found it on a tech. This is called, I guess you have to detach it for the name to pop up. Geocorp Scotty HC tractor. Anyway, it's the big 4x4 tractor pad. So that means it's time to rebuild this guy. Let me try to get away from the charging noises. We are going to be relocating ever so slightly our base. We're just going to move a little bit farther from these crystals because we're going to have a lot of defenses, a lot of turrets, a lot of cannons, a lot of automated factory stuff. We need spaces to put our techs, and so I just need room to expand. So I've been waiting a little while without mining anything to make sure I know where all the little growable, renewable resources are. There's those two little rock things, there's trees there, and these crystals there, so we'll probably just move right into the middle. But anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to redesign this tech from the ground up. And in fact, I've got another cab somewhere. I think it's over here. This place is kind of a big mess, and I've been waiting to sort of sort through this stuff and reorganize it until we actually move, because we have to move anyway. So, gonna do that then. Let me grab this and this. We're going to use at least 2 for this tech. This thing has 8 2x2s. So I think that scales to being 2 of these 4x4s. I think that's the way it works. Okay, let's just start like this. I'm going to start very simple. And I think I'm going to try to use 4 of these. It's going to be kind of tricky to get the materials to load onto the back just because of the distances involved and the range. So I don't think I'm going to use receivers and a conveyor belt down through the middle. I think we'll just keep it the way it is and see if we can do that based on pickups. I've got enough of these big Geocorp wheels that I've taken off of techs, and all these big yellow bricks. These are waiting to be used in the walls. I think we're going to use those because they've got a lot of hit points. They can take a lot of damage. Okay, so there's the basis. I also did unlock... here, let me go over here to the ordering payment terminal. Gonna need to buy some more drills. Let's just see how many. We're gonna need, let's put this thing, there, I guess, for just for a moment. Gonna need to buy at least 1 more, maybe 2 or 3 more. But I unlocked the Geocore, one of the cabs, which I don't know any benefit to using this besides aesthetic, because it looks like it fits the big industrial operation. Maybe it has more hit points, but we're not going to really be taking damage or getting into fights. There's these 2 other cabs as well. Maybe if it would like give your vehicle overall more horsepower and it would say that in the description, that would be interesting. But right now, I think it's just cosmetic. So I'm probably just going to bury this thing in the middle, along with a bunch of... Can I grab it from this distance? I don't think so. We will need batteries. We will have shields and repair bubbles. I'm not going to go overboard with it because, again, it's not a fighting tech. It's a harvester tech. And this is about as big as a harvesting tech will ever get, at least for me. I might make, at some point, a mobile resource... and this is not the configuration. I'm just kind of getting all the ingredients in one spot so we can fiddle. I might eventually make a really gigantic harvesting tech, which will have on its back this kind of thing, a processing area where it will turn everything into refined ores and then potentially into alloys and sell it, so we can just continually roam around, mine stuff, and sell things. But first, I want to make it this way. And first things first, this wheelbase is a little bit too wide. And I'm also kind of concerned that these drills are going to be kind of far to get for the items to get picked up. And what I might do is do something like... actually, let's... Can I do something like... Oh, I wish the rotation in this game was less... There we go. Okay, I want to do that so that we can get underneath it and look. You just basically have to flip through all the different permutations to get what you want. Okay, so I want to look underneath it so that we can do something like that. Okay, and now we can place these under here. So when the minerals are getting harvested right here, they immediately pop up to there. Is hopefully the idea. And then the wheels might also be kind of tucked underneath. We're going to have to see how much clearance we need. But for right now, let's just leave it like that. And we'll take these. I just want to do a little test that we'll spend some time filling these. Okay, so right now already, the wheels need to be lower for sure. And an easy way to do that, to get them to snap, is to make it so that they can only go into one spot. Oh, would you? Thank you. Thank you. So we'll just make it so they can't actually fit onto that spot, and we'll move the cab back there for now. So now this should snap. There we go. But I want it to be forward there. And I needed it at an angle where I can actually see what we're doing. Yeah, like that. And I think it'll automatically rotate. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's what I want for that one. And now I can't see. And the charging sound is extremely loud. Okay, so we're going to do something like that. I guess we could put these here. Whoops. So let's just for now do it like that. And like that. And then we'll put this guy under there. Good. Come on, man. Another thing I might want are some smaller wheels in the center to make it harder to get stuck on hilly terrain if we get onto the ridge of some hill or mountain. And the middle of our tech is the only thing touching the ground. Hopefully we won't get stuck if we have wheels in the middle. And this is an issue right here. The drills are fairly low. I'll do a series of experiments, but let's just see if we need to move these things further back or if the drills are in a good spot. Oh. Okay. Let's make sure that gun isn't going to fire. Okay, they're picking up. They might be slightly too high. We might have to go with a receiver design. I'm going to do a series of tests to make sure that the thing functions the way I want it to function. And then we'll give it a more a proper send-off. Okay, all done, barring any unforeseen problems that'll crop up during the first few full mining runs. So, this is Scooter. Here's the old guy, which we've decommissioned. I've been disassembling him and will continue to disassemble him. Let's drive over to the new guy. So, I said I wasn't going to go that big. Did I say I wasn't going to go overboard? I don't know. But I decided 4 of those guys wasn't enough, and actually, there was a form follows function kind of thing going on here. It didn't just happen because I wanted to make it bigger. I needed to make it balanced so it didn't tip over. Let me just park this guy over here. This is like a garage we're very slowly building. Got a nice overhang from the rain, even though there's no rain in the game. So what I wanted to do, one of the things I wanted was I wanted the wheels, the wheelbase, and I did this previously with previous drilling techs. I want the wheelbase to be about the same width as the drilling width. So as we're riding and driving through things, we don't have to worry about going left or right. We can just plow through everything that's destructible in the terrain. And to do that, I had to inset the wheels. And that pushed them back because we had to put them behind these blocks, which were holding the drills. So that made the whole thing very front heavy. So I had to build backwards an extra set of wheels. I had all this extra space. So I figured, all right, let's put some boosters. Let's put some fuel tanks. And let's put some of these, an extra set of these tractor pads on here. The cab is buried in the middle somewhere. Why can't I go up? Because of that thing. Okay. I've got, you can't really see them, but the big, or actually they're called medium, but the larger fuel tanks are in there, and they fire the boosters, BAM! Which we can't really use unless we don't have anything on the I actually haven't named it or saved it. We should probably do that. Okay, let's go back to base. I'm about to do a full mining run because I'd like to benchmark how much money we get from it. More just for fun than anything else. There's no practical reason to do that. In fact, for most mining runs, I probably won't try to fill the thing up all the way. But let's come back here. We need to name it. I think the respawn timer for blocks got a lot longer. This place is just littered with them. Okay, so text. Last one I made is the 150-pound cannon. That's ZLP 17. So this will be ZLP 18. Let's get over here outside of the blocks, and we will call this ZLP 18 Long Haul. So that is one of the Constructicons, the one that turns into a dump truck, a Generation 1 Transformer, which this guy vaguely resembles a little bit. But I'm going to spend some time mining. There's a dude over there. Let's avoid him. Maybe we'll start in the desert and just, well, basically I'm going to go all over. In fact, this guy right here, I could probably take this guy out. Let's just plow right through him. As long as he's not too quick, and I can even pick up the crystals on the way. See you later, buddy. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Get Constructiconized. That's not a verb. But anyway, I'm going to get a full load, and then we're going to see how much money we get from it.